Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Literary Translation Center. My name is Daniel Hahn, and those of you in the translation world might know me. Those of you who are regulars at the Literary Translation Center will know that one of the things we talk about, by which I mean one of the things I complain about quite a lot in the translation world in this country, is how little attention we pay to children's books, and in particular, how little attention we pay to children's books that are from parts of the world that do not speak English, which is to say the great majority of the world. We have an enormous deficit in children's publishing in this country of books that come from parts of the world that are not basically one of a handful of countries. And so I'm delighted that this morning we're going to be introducing a project that's being run by the Hay Festival, which is going to, among other things, help, I think, to remedy that situation. So I'm going to start by inviting Cristina Fuentes, who's the International Director of the Hay Festival, to tell you a little bit about it.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. As you know, at the Hay Festival, we organize festivals of literature, festival of ideas in Hay-on-Wye in Wales for almost 30 years. And as well, we run festivals in many cities all over the world. Apart from that, we run initiatives, projects, one-off events, campaigns, and Aarhus 39 is one of these. We're doing this project as part of Aarhus, Denmark, European Capital of Culture 2017. And the idea of Aarhus 39 is to select, highlight, and celebrate 39 children's and young adult writers under the age of 40 from the wider Europe. At the moment, Danny Hahn is doing a huge mapping and research of the most interesting, the most important children's writers under the age of 40. So that's why we want all your help to compile this information. And we have appointed 3 judges to help us selecting these 39 writers. Matt Haig from the UK, Kim Fum Ackerson, Danish writer, and Ana Cristina Herreros. So the 3 of them will meet to select the 39, and we will commission some work, some new work to these writers. There will be a publication in the UK, in England, and another one in Denmark. And then we will invite them in 2017 to Aarhus in Denmark, and we're going to arrange a huge children's literature festival. So the idea is to celebrate these children's and young adult writers. These initiatives, this Aarhus 39 concept builds on other initiatives we have done around UNESCO World Capital of the Book. In 2007, Bogota was UNESCO World Capital of the Book, and we did a project called Bogota 39. That was a selection of 39 writers under the age of 40 from Latin America and diaspora. It consisted on the selection, on the anthology, and the celebration. We did the same in 2011 in Beirut, when Beirut was UNESCO World Capital of the Book, with, here is a book published by Bloomsbury, with 39 Arab-speaking writers. And we did the same last year in Port Harcourt, as it was UNESCO World Capital of the Book. And the book was called Africa 39, and it was the same, the selection of these writers. So we are very excited about this new project, and we wanted to let you all know so you can contribute to this long list. Thank you very much.
So we're basically asking for people to help us to find these great writers from all over Europe. We have, Cristina used the phrase wider Europe. We have a definition of Europe which includes, I think, 52 countries. The list is on the website. But we would love people to go onto the site. There is a leaflet going around with the address on it, hayfestival.com/Aarhus39, and nominate writers you think we should be looking at. We've had the first few hundred names, which we are making our way through. And as Cristina said, the 3 judges, Kim Fum Ackerson, Ana Cristina Herreros, and Matt Haig, are going to be looking at their work. The writers don't need to be published in English, but they need to be published. Those who are not published in English, we are commissioning short translations of their work so that everyone can be considered equally. And I think that's all we want to say, actually. We want writers who are brilliant, we want writers who are accomplished, but also who show really considerable potential. We're very excited about this sort of new generation of writers. I should also say clearly, we're talking about writers rather than illustrators, and writers not of just very younger picture books, but writers of longer texts. And I think I don't think we have any other criteria. We're very, very open to the most interesting talent we can find. So I think that's it. If anyone has any questions, do please ask those questions. Otherwise, you can come and talk to us afterwards and take these bits of paper, and if you want, take several of them so you can hand them out to other people and get people nominating so we can find some fantastic children's writers. We have a question from Izzy.
Hi, I was just wondering what the upper age limit to count as children's is. I mean, would you include young adult, or would you say kind of up to about 12-year-olds, or sort of what age range are you aiming for? We're including young adult fiction. I mean, even that is going to be blurry, so there's a certain amount of discretion involved in that decision, but yes, we're considering children's right the way through to YA. Cortina.
Who do you see the audience for this? Are you intending it to go to children, and in which case are you including illustrations in the illustrated stories?
Yes, I mean, basically the project has got several purposes. One of them is to highlight this talent, to publish a bit of an anthology of a piece of each of them, a story. But the books, I mean, the publication will be aimed for kids, and we will for children and young adults. And we may do like 3, depending the age range. And we will commission illustrators to illustrate the written word. And the festival itself in Aarhus will be mainly aimed at children, but as well we will do a few talks about the children's literary world somehow.
I think also it's probably worth saying that even though the primary purpose is to make these people visible kind of widely and to bring their work to readers, I think those of us who are involved in trying to change the landscape of publishing will, in a somewhat sneaky, stealthy fashion, be attempting to use these 39 names and the bits of writing we have by them to bash publishers over the head with, in the hope of actually getting a kind of wider, getting them picked up by publishers. But that's just me. Any other questions? In that case, join us for a cup of coffee and a pastry and talk to us.
And we can talk further. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.